Hello. I wanted to make a quick video this morning to share some insights that I had on my walk. I've just come home and I felt like I really just needed to get everything out before I forget. That's quite typical of me. Okay, so when I set out on my walk this morning, it became very clear that there was a lot of pain in the field, a lot of heartache in particular, overwhelming, in fact, so much pain. And as I was walking through the park, I became aware of the trees and the birds in particular, the birds, and the frequency and the energy of their birdsong. And it felt so lethargic. And it was communicated to me that the bird's tired. There is this heaviness that is in the field, and the animals are feeling it. But I'm feeling particularly it's the birds, I think, because they are very sensitive to energies. And it was like they were discussing it between themselves, and the energy that they were emitting just felt very tired. So I continued on my walk and I went to the shop and everything. And then as I came home, I walked back through the park and more information was communicated to me. So there is an intense purging happening at the moment, an intense purging of traumas from this lifetime, from previous lifetimes. There's a lot of pain that is surfacing. So you might be aware of this, you might be feeling it in your chakras, or issues surrounding some of your chakras. So for example, Monday, I was having some solar plexus purging. Unfortunately, I have a hernia just above my navel and around my solar plexus, so that was causing me some severe problems. Much better now. But yesterday, uterine pain, so that was a sacral clearing, a lot of emotion released yesterday, so much crying, so much crying. I had a memory come to me from a previous incarnation where I'd lost a child. As I was giving birth, I lost my child, and this is a pain that is ingrained, I suppose, and I've become very aware of it over the past several years, that, you know, the loss of a child has followed me through lifetimes. So that came up yesterday, and that required my attention, my integration and release, so a lot of crying. And I get the sense that this is happening for many people. And I found myself asking the question, why, how? What is it that is causing this now? And I was shown the sun, our sun, the ascended aspect of our sun, is actually pushing this forward. And as I was walking, I felt this communication that the ascended aspect of the sun, the masculine, is really caretaking, is providing support for Mother Gaia. And how it was shown to me was, it was like, if we think of this in a kind of humanoid sense, like he had his arms around Mother Gaia, offering this support. But this intention, this interaction, means that there is no escape from the light. And this light is forcing everything up to the surface. Okay, so if we take a step back and consider that the sun is separate from Mother Gaia and is taking a step back from interaction, then the light coming towards the earth, it's coming from above. But as the sun engages with Mother Gaia, The light is coming from below as well. There is an intensity that is building. It's not just Gaia's energy that's coming through our feet, it's the sun. It's the sun's energy. It's that merging of the masculine and the feminine. Increased light above and below. So there is no escape. It's just all light coming in from above and below, which is forcing the pain out. It's an intense clearing that is happening right now. And I feel that this is a build-up to the solstice on the 21st of December. But also I was given a date that this is going to continue until 2023. That was the date, that was the year that I was given. So this is a period of intense clearing that's going to occur over the next couple of years. So I would say, make sure that you're grounded. Go outside, be with nature, ground. Trees are just, oh, they're just amazing. Amazing at absorbing and alchemizing energy. That's one of the reasons they're here. And they do a fabulous job. So if you are really feeling it, then go outside. I mean, we should be doing that anyway. Going outside and being with nature. But I would also say, don't fight it. If it's coming up for you, then acknowledge it, allow it, just allow it. It's going to pass more quickly if you're not in resistance to it. You can't hide from this stuff. I think many people, most of us, have been hiding from pain, or maybe not even conscious that we have pain for, you know, many, many years, many lifetimes even. But we can't hide anymore. There is no hiding. So if you push it down and you push it away, it will come back up again. So now is the time. Now is the time to face it, to face the shadow. It's not as scary as you might think. And once you face it, then you fill those little pockets with light. There is less darkness. There is less density. There is less weight. You are carrying less weight. That's the point. This is happening so that we are losing density, so that we can be filled with light. So allowing is key. Integrate. You don't need to push anything away. It's about integration of pain and of the shadow. It's who you are. It's who you were. You can't remove it. You just need to take a different perspective. This brings me to a slightly different point. So the idea of the sun, the ascended aspect of the sun, joining, I don't want to use the word physically because obviously it's not joining physically. The sun having the intention to join with Mother Gaia. As I said before, I saw the sun with his arms around Mother Gaia. This feels very connected to the twin flame energy, to the divine counterpart energy. And this real emergence that's happening right now where divine counterparts are finding each other. They are coming into our awareness, and these relationships aren't fraught with the same kind of pain that we've associated them with in the past. I've heard so many people say, oh, I found my divine counterpart, but we're not together, or, you know, we've had so many issues and we can't be together. It feels like the divine counterpart serves more than one purpose. So the sun coming together with the earth, it's causing a release. It's causing a release of density to be filled with light. It's almost like the sun making love to the earth. And that's exactly how it feels with the divine counterpart energy. Now, these relationships are magical. They are beyond words, because you know a person on so many levels. You know them as they are now, but you know them as who they have always been. And the history that you feel is beyond comprehension, which means the intensity of how you feel is beyond comprehension. It's beyond words, but you feel it. But these relationships aren't easy. They are mirrors. All relationships are mirrors, but these mirrors, everything that remains unhealed is going to come up to the surface. So you may have gone through multiple relationships in your life and you would have learned your lessons, and then you will move forward and you will learn more lessons. But when it comes to this particular relationship, it's like the final step. It's what remains unhealed. It's gonna come up. You can't hide. The difference is with these relationships, you have such a connection, you have such an understanding with each other that you talk it through. You work through it. The communication is different. The energy is different. The feeling is different. You work through it. You integrate it and you heal it. It's healing. But it's like an accelerated experience. You know, when you're a single person, you can work through your shadows, but you can do it at your own pace. But when you're in one of these relationships, there is no hiding, there is no getting away. It's accelerated. It's like, okay, well, bam, you know, that's come up, right, we'll deal with that. And then the next day it could be something else. And then the next day it could be something else. There is no getting away from it. It's intense, but it's amazing because you are doing so much healing and integration at such an accelerated level. And this healing and integration, it has the same principle as shining your light as you're walking down the street, and it falling upon others so that they can feel your light. You are together like a brighter flame, and the energy of you coming together, it's almost like a catalyst for others to come together. I'm seeing it as like a magnet. So, the divine counterpart energy, it's very much here. It's very much present in the field. But as I was suggesting, it feels that this is going to accelerate the intensity and the level of healing that we are going to experience over the next couple of years. So it is worth just noting that it might get a little intense sometimes, but I think we're all feeling that. I think we're all feeling a bit heavy and lethargic, but that's okay. I feel that we all need to just take time for ourselves and listen to our bodies. Self-care. Invest in self-care. You only have one body in this lifetime. So it needs looking after. Your mind needs looking after. It will be a much easier and more gentle experience if we are taking time every day to look after ourselves, rather than getting to the point where, you know, our body is screaming at us, please stop, because then it just takes longer. We just need to take time out unexpectedly, which, you know, there are organizational problems with that, and, you know, it's just easier to just take time every day, schedule it in, and just be. Meditate. Have a really nice salt bath. I mean, I'm loving a salt bath right now. It's so cleansing, so cleansing. I'm not the only person, actually. Someone else said this to me yesterday. They're feeling so drawn to having a bath, and I feel like that. I think I could just get in the bath several times a day, but it's great because it really is just drawing out impurities. It's cleansing all of the shit basically that's in your auric field. So if you feel drawn to the water, then great, jump in the bath. I think we all have our own little self-care rituals, so just be mindful that we are moving through quite an intense washing machine sort of period, and you might be picking up on it in the field. So just take some time to discern whether it's yours or whether it's external to you, and do the inner work. You're not alone. You are supported by spirit and by your guides and by those around you who understand. If you're watching this video, I'm hoping that you have people around you who understand. And if you don't have people physically around you, then reach out to those who can offer you support. There are many, many people across the world who are awake and who feel how you feel. Anyway, this video is a lot longer than I had anticipated, so I'm wishing you the most beautiful day. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a good one, everybody. So much love.